Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this special event where we will launch a new WorldFish game-changing innovation that was recently awarded the Seeding the Future Global Food System Challenge grand prize of $250,000 called Nutrient-Rich Small Fish Production, Processing and Marketing in Myanmar and Zambia (SPN) project. In today's launch event, we will hear from project leaders and members from WorldFish, as well as partners from the private sector, businesses, government ministry, and donor on the rationale behind the design, implementation, and potential achievement of the SPN project. They will also discuss actionable solutions to support this innovation in terms of policy, investment, and intervention to increase the availability and accessibility of nutrition-sensitive diets that can help many poor and vulnerable communities tackle nutrient deficit and empower consumers to make choices that benefit human and planetary health. My name is Siamudaala. I am the Research Administrative Officer at WorldFish based in Myanmar, and I will be moderating this event. So now, we have already 52 numbers of people are joining us virtually from around the world. So while we wait for more participants to join us, allow me to quickly direct your attention to a few housekeeping rules that are showing on your screen right now. So please give me some moment to read through it. Attendees, camera and microphone will be switched off by the default. And also this event is being recorded and screenshot will be taken for the promotion purpose. And also we have planned to share this event recording and other post-event material via WorldFish newsletter. And also we have a Q&A session. So if you have questions, please submit your question in Q&A box and comment your chat box. So now, most of the participants are joining the event, so I would like to start the opening remark. Without further ado, I would like to invite Michael Akester, who is the Regional Director of Southeast Asia and Pacific at WorldFish, to the virtual floor for his opening remarks. Welcome, Mike, over to you.
Thank you, Siamudaala, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have participants joining us today from as far away as Peru, where it's 2:30 in the morning, and also from Brisbane, Australia, at the other end of the spectrum. My name is Michael Akester, and I'm based here in Yangon, Myanmar, where I've been working since 2017. And as mentioned, the research being presented today is funded by the Institute of Food Technologists, IFT, funding their Seeding the Future Global Food System Challenge initiative, which seeks to inspire and support innovative, diverse, and multidisciplinary teams for the creation of game-changing innovations that will help transform the food system. And it's important to note that this work builds on work financed by USAID in Myanmar under a project called Fish for Livelihoods, where work with Fedwell Foods, who we'll hear from soon, started. This project essentially evolves around the production of small fish and their marketing. Hence the term small fish production marketing, SPM for short, in both Myanmar and Zambia. Some of the fish come from homestead aquaculture ponds, while others come from artisanal capture fishing. In Myanmar, this is mainly anchovy from the Rakhine area. And the idea is that the fish, the small fish, will help deliver a sustainable, nutrient-rich small fish production for healthy and affordable, as a healthy and affordable food for consumers, especially those who need this most, like young children and pregnant and lactating women. One of the issues faced at the moment globally is that while aquaculture production is destined almost 100% for direct human consumption, the proportion from capture fisheries is only around 78%. The balance goes for fish meal and fish oil, which is the start point for the production of some aquaculture enterprises, like, for example, salmon, sea bass, sea bream, among other piscivorous fish species. Also, the pig industry, the piglet industry in China. Now, most of this fish meal, super prime fish meal and oil, comes from Peru. And they have gone to great lengths over the last decade to improve the direct human consumption of fish by either salting, freezing, or selling fresh some of the anchovies which would otherwise have gone to fish meal and fish oil. So the project we're hearing about today is looking at the production of fish powder from both aquaculture and capture via this work with the Institute of Food Technologists under South-South collaboration between Myanmar and Zambia to produce a nutritious product for those most in need of nutrients in the country. And it's worth noting also that this project will help with the delivery of Sustainable Development Goals 1, 2, 3, and 5, 1 being end poverty, 2 being end hunger, 3, good health, and 5, gender equality. So thank you very much for joining. I'll now pass the virtual floor to Victor, a country director of Zambia and Southern Africa at WorldFish, for his opening remarks. Over to you, Victor.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening. My name is Victor Siamudaala, and I am based in Lusaka, Zambia, where I've been working for WorldFish since August 2019. Malnutrition is still a major burden in Zambia. About 35% of children under 5 years are stunted. The challenge is more significant in northern and Wapula provinces, where the rate of stunted growth is estimated at 46% and 45% respectively. Micronutrient deficiency in women of reproductive age is not uncommon. Prevalence of anemia among women of reproductive age is estimated at about 31%. WorldFish has been working with partners in Zambia to address the problem of household nutrition security as a way of eliminating malnutrition among children under 5 years and women of reproductive age using fish-based diets. The initial work in Zambia was funded by IFID through the project Nutrition Sensitive Fish Agri-Food Systems, which was implemented in northern province of Zambia. During the project, major products were developed, which eventually were showcased through the publication of a book on fish-based food recipes and the adoption of pond-based polyculture by rural women as a means of sustainable food production. One of the products from this project, which has become very popular among rural households in Zambia, is the fish powder. Now, with the funding that we have received from the Institute of Food Technologies through its Seeding the Future Global Food System Challenge, we will be building on this initial investment and expand on production of fish using pond-based polyculture supported by climate-smart technologies, and also through awareness campaigns, improve on the consumption of fish-based diets, especially among rural women and children in northern Zambia, using fish, as fish is a nutrient-dense food that provides multiple micronutrients. We plan to work with the care group model in the adoption of fish-based diets, and we'll be doing this in collaboration with government and other partner organizations that we work with in Zambia, such as the National Food and Nutrition Commission and civil society organizations on scaling up nutrition, in order to expand our capacity to disseminate the innovations and lessons from the SPM project. The nutrient-rich small fish production, processing and marketing project, as already said by Mike, will be implemented both in Myanmar and Zambia. This provides us an opportunity through this collaboration to share lessons and experiences during the tenure of this project between the two countries. It is our sincere hope to scale up these technologies within Zambia and Southern Africa in the near future, as these innovations are critical in strengthening public health nutrition. We believe strongly that the funding from the Institute for Food Technologies will help the government of Zambia to deliver on sustainable development goals, particularly SDG 1 on ending poverty, SDG 2 on ending hunger, SDG 3 on good health, and SDG 5 on gender equality. It is also our sincere hope that these technologies, once scaled up and commercialized through working with small and medium enterprises, they will be able to help create jobs for the youth and also create income for households. On behalf of my colleagues in the WorldFish Zambia Country Office, I wish to sincerely thank the Institute of Food Technologies for the award to implement this important project in Zambia. Equally, I wish to thank the WorldFish senior leadership for the support that they have given to us on this journey of promoting public health nutrition using fish, which is a nutrient-dense food. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Mike and Peter for your opening remarks. Now, I would like to invite Siamudaala Dastet, who is the Global Lead for Nutrition and Public Health at WorldFish, and the 2021 World Food Prize winner, to the graduate floor for her keynote address. Welcome, Siamudaala. Over to you.
Thank you, Sumun. Greetings, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today with my colleagues and partners for the launch of the project Nutrient-Rich Small Fish Production, Processing and Marketing in Myanmar and Zambia. Let me congratulate the team which worked on the project proposal and made it possible for WorldFish and partners to get this prestigious award. I wish to address you on the role of aquatic foods and aquatic food products for nourishing women and young children in the first 1,000 days of life. Why do I choose to focus on this theme for my address? Nourishing women from conception, 9 months of pregnancy, and then the first 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding has tremendous benefits for the health and nutrition of the woman, as well as for the child in the first stages of growth and development, including cognitive development. Then, continued nourishment of the child leads to further optimal growth and development. A well-nourished pregnant woman and breastfeeding mother is better able to take care of herself and her child. A well-nourished child grows and develops optimally, performs well at school, later performs well at work, is less affected by diet-related diseases such as diabetes and cardiovascular diseases, and thereby contributes better to individual and national development. And these benefits are intergenerational. Just think if we would better value these benefits of the well-nourished woman and the well-nourished child, what a difference we will be making to society. Thus, the diets of pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, and young children are critical and must supply the essential nutrients and energy which are necessary for optimal growth and development. We do know from the work that we and partners have been doing in countries across Asia, Africa, and the Pacific that fish and other aquatic foods are very rich sources of multiple, highly bioavailable micronutrients, minerals, and vitamins such as calcium, iron and zinc, vitamin B12, and vitamin A, as well as essential fatty acids and protein. We also know that there are variations in the nutrient content of different aquatic foods, and that small fish species are more nutrient dense in terms of micronutrients and essential fatty acids, very important for cognition, than large fish species. Thus, in meeting the nutritional needs of women and children in the first 1,000 days of life, small fish species can be termed superfoods. Their value as superfoods is further enhanced as many small fish species are eaten whole with a head, bone, and organs, and have minimal cleaning loss and no plate waste. So you may ask me, how do we feed these small fish species to young children? We have worked with many partners to include nutrition messages on ways whereby cooked small fish can be ground and the paste mixed with other mashed cooked foods, such as vegetables, rice, or maize, to be fed to the young child as a complementary food. In working with communities, we have learned that we can better promote aquatic foods as superfoods for women and young children through the use of products made from the dried form. The advantages of using a dried product are manifold. We began working with dried small fish from captive fisheries in several countries in Asia and Africa. Drying of small fish concentrates nutrient content by a factor 4 through the removal of the moisture content. So we now have a product that is 4 times more concentrated in terms of essential nutrients than whole fresh fish. A true superfood becoming an even greater superfood. This is especially important for young children, having a small stomach and thereby requiring foods which are nutrient dense and with little bulk. In this respect, dried small fish are exceptional. So too are other aquatic foods, such as dried seaweed. Then there are other advantages, especially for the poor. Dried small fish can be stored at room temperature, does not require refrigeration, has a long shelf life, up to 6 months or more. Dried small fish can produce in the peak production season when prices are low, thereby improving affordability. In Bangladesh, we developed a highly culturally acceptable fish chutney made from chopped, dried small fish, oil, garlic, and red chili. A heaped tablespoon corresponding to 60 grams of raw fish is added as a condiment to the main meal of pregnant and lactating women, contributing significantly to micronutrient and essential fatty acids intake. We have also developed a whole complementary food for young children from the age of 6 months. This complementary food, which can be made into a porridge by adding boiling water, is composed of dried small fish powder, orange sweet potato powder, rice flour, and soybean. The nutrient composition of this complementary food is superior to many food products used in the treatment of malnourished children. For greater convenience and making use of simple processes, we are working with developing powder from solar-dried small fish in several countries in Asia, Africa, and the Pacific. We have had success working with women's groups in Malawi and Zambia to produce solar-dried small fish. This reduces the time women spend to sun-dry fish, reduces loss, and increases the quality of the dried fish. In Odisha, India, we have gone further with solar dried small fish, made it into a powder, and fed it to school children and to women and young children in the Mother and Child program in Odisha State. In Bangladesh, we are now working with the production and drying of seaweed, a superfood, which is much in focus now for nourishing both people and our planet in this time of climate change. We look forward to building on these examples in this project, working with partners, government, communities, and the private sector to ensure that nutrient-rich small fish and products live up to their full potential in nourishing women and young children in Myanmar and Zambia. We must not forget that for us to reach to these products, develop them, ensure that they are accessible and affordable, especially for the poor and vulnerable. We must secure the supply of small fish from captive fisheries and producing these fish also through aquaculture. Important pathways to ensure supply are reducing loss and waste, including the use of small fish in animal feeds, as Mike Akester talked about, and ensuring sustainable management of captive fisheries. Thank you all. I look forward to hearing from our colleagues and partners from Myanmar and Zambia, and I look forward to hearing from the audience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shakuntala, for your valuable keynotes and sharing advantages of dry small fish and blue food product for young children. Now, I would like to invite Queen Eva Rosado, Human Nutrition Specialist at WorldFish and the project leader of the nutrient-rich small fish production, processing and marketing in Myanmar and Zambia, SPN, for her brief presentation on the project. Welcome, Queenie, to the virtual floor.
Thanks again, Suman, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who are joining us today. I'm really happy that we have many participants to join in today's kickoff event. So let me start sharing the outline of this presentation. So I will be sharing with you the goal of this project, our expected outputs, our interventions, our indicators, and the partners who will be working with us in this project. Just a brief background of this project. So we were awarded by the Institute of Food Technologies, who is a US-based nonprofit organization, last February. And this project will be implemented for 18 months in Myanmar and Zambia. This project is another recognition on the importance of aquatic foods to provide nourishing and sustainable healthy diets for many people. In Africa and Asia, where many suffer from malnutrition, fish offers a solution as it is the cheapest and most consumed animal source food. In particular, small fish, when eaten whole, which was already mentioned also by Dr. Shakuntala, it is a nutritional powerhouse. It is a superfood. It is rich in vitamins, minerals, and essential fatty acids that are important for growth and cognition for infants. This award, this project, will continue the activities that is focused on addressing the nutritional problems that the people of Myanmar and Zambia, particularly the children and women, are facing due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And this will have long-term effects on health and economic productivity. So the goal of our project is to improve production, processing, and marketing of small fish that will result in increased income, improved dietary diversity, improve nutrition and aquaculture behaviors, and reduce poverty among vulnerable population. So there are 4 expected outputs of this project. The first one is improved production and productivity of household ponds using innovative technologies that includes integration of small indigenous fish species and carps in ponds. The second output is increased production of local food products with dried small fish powder, and we will do this through the partnership with private sector. Output 3 is increased consumption of micronutrient-rich small fish, fish-based processed products, and vegetables, especially in women and young children, through social behavior change communication activities. Fourth output is to strengthen partnership with national institution, private sector, civil society, in implementing and disseminating information on the importance of integrating integrated fish agri-food system and fish-based processed products in diets. So in order to reach our goal, we have laid out 5 interventions. I think Victor has already mentioned some of it during his keynote speech. So the first intervention is building capacity of farmers, small-scale farmers on small-scale aquaculture technology. We will focus on the integration of small indigenous fish species or SIS and large fish species in ponds and utilizing pond embankments for vegetable and fruit production. We'll provide access to inputs, and these inputs are SIS broodstock, fish fingerlings, vegetable and fruit seeds. The third intervention is promotion of food products enhanced with dried small fish powder through sales agents and retail stores. These food products, we have identified and we've tested nutritional cookies, chickpea bowls. Chickpea bowls in Myanmar, it's called locally as pepeajo. I think some of our Myanmar colleagues will probably be saying if I said it correctly, pepeajo, and complementary food mixture, rice porridge, and then noodle soup. And another intervention that we'll be implementing is creating activities that focus on changing and sustaining positive nutrition behaviors. And we will do this by conducting role plays, practical demonstration, and utilizing care group models, as mentioned by Victor also in Zambia. The last intervention is engaging multiple stakeholders from the government in Zambia, our donors, NGOs and private sectors, youth, Sun networks such as Sun CSA, Sun Business Network, in disseminating messages on the importance of fish in the diets. So we have 6 project indicators. The first one is we will be reaching at the end of this project, which is 18 months, we'll be reaching 150 households in producing fish using innovative systems. Second, we'll be reaching 2,000 women, children, and vulnerable people, improve nutrition through increased consumption of aquatic food products. We will be engaging 40 lead mothers trained in preparation of fish-based food under the care group model. Another indicator is we will be reaching 120 young people, including women, engaged in marketing and selling of fish-based processed products to increase their income. The next indicator is we'll be engaging 100 fish producers so that we can use their fish for the processing of our products. And lastly, we will be reaching 5,000 people through various communication platforms to increase their awareness on the importance of fish and fish-based processed products. And these communication platforms, we will be using radios. We are also going to be using our mobile platforms that we have done here. We have developed in another project. We will be utilizing that. And also in Zambia, we'll be using radios and other mobile applications also in order to make sure that we will be able to provide awareness on the importance of fish in the diets. So those indicators that I mentioned, we won't be able to achieve it on our own. So we do need partners. So I would like to acknowledge our partners in Myanmar, Federal Foods, in Zambia, Ministry of Health, National Food and Nutrition Commission, the Ministry of Agriculture, Sun CSA Alliance Zambia. But again, we would like to partner with other organizations or other private sector companies who are willing to be partnering with us. So please reach out to us, communicate with us, and we will be happy to collaborate with all of you. Again, thank you. Thank you for listening, everyone, and hope you will have a good day. And back to you, Suman.
Thank you very much, Queenie, for your brief project presentation. Now, we will start the panel discussion. So in this session, we will hear from partners from the private sectors, businesses, government ministry, and donor on their takes and exchange perspective of potential plan for policy, investment, and intervention to scale the project. So the first speaker I will invite is Heather Moritz, who is the project manager of development of dry small fish pounder at Favorite Food Company. Welcome, Heather. Over to you.
Thank you, Simone. Thank you for your introduction. Good afternoon, good morning, and evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to have the privilege of speaking and meeting you all at this remarkable launching event of WorldFish project. I'm Heather Morris from Myanmar, a consultant from Fedwell Company who worked as the project manager of the previous Fish for Livelihoods project and will be also working on this new project as well. 1/4 of Myanmar's population are still living in poverty, and 35% of children are showing signs of stunting caused by chronic malnutrition. And while 8% are malnourished, most rural communities in Myanmar do not have information on food nutrition and are just consuming food just for sustenance. So Fedwell's aim was and is to develop and provide food to serve humanitarian efforts in Myanmar by providing food that is profoundly nutritious and indigenously grown and highly affordable. Fedwell operates as a social enterprise by selling food packets, but also donating to the needy. Starting from 2021, Fedwell and WorldFish have collaborated in developing dried small fish powder and researching fish food products. We have developed products such as fish noodle soup, fish rice porridge, fish cookies, fish chickpea balls, and supplementary food for infants with dried fish powder. In doing so, we are able to fortify our Fedwell products with extra nutrition with the fish powder. We are excited to further promote our products after certification of Food and Drug Administration in Myanmar. Now our products will provide safe food, fortified, nutritious food for the elderly, the children, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. We were able to accomplish all these activities during COVID third wave and the political situation in Myanmar. We are satisfied and happy to know that something good resulted during a very difficult time in our country. We anticipate that we will be able to accomplish more successful and exciting results during this forthcoming project for all our vulnerable and needy communities in our country. So thank you very much to Mike Queenie and WorldFish Myanmar staff for all your support to us. Thank you so much also to everyone for your attention. Over to you, Simone.
Thank you very much, Heather. So next, we will hear from the second speaker, Aumento. He is the Project Management Assistant of the Economic Growth Office at USAID and the Activity Manager for the Fish for Livelihood project. Hi, Aumento. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Masumo. Good afternoon, all. It is my pleasure to meet you all and speaking in this event. My name is Aumento. I am Project Activity Manager at the Economic Growth Office at the USAID mission in Myanmar. I have been working with WorldFish and supporting the management of USAID Fish for Livelihood activities since 2019. I would like to thank to the WorldFish and the Institute of Food Technology for their perseverance in developing this partnership to advance the goal to make nutritious food accessible and available to the people of Myanmar, especially women and children who are at high risk of undernutrition and micronutrient deficiency, especially during the time of crisis. Fish is an important food for the people of Myanmar and is account 50% of animal protein in the diets, usually eaten in fish and in fresh form and processed forms such as dry, fermented, and smoke. Aside from the protein, fish is also a source of essential nutrient needs for growth and cognition, especially for young children. In coming April next month, USAID is celebrating 10 years of operation in Myanmar, where over this period, we have worked to improve livelihood and address food insecurity among marginal groups across Myanmar. And we are aware that the consumption of fish and other aquatic foods can have a critical role to boost dietary diversity, reduce the number of people who suffer from micronutrient deficiency, and provide lifelong benefit for health and productivity, which is why we are very excited to see the launch of project today. USAID is committed to continue to work in Myanmar to support the people to achieve the goal for a better life. This new project is demonstrate the critical role of partnership with different sectors, including private sector, donors, NGOs, research institute, and local community to achieve an impact of that contribute to the well-being of Myanmar people. In particular, I would like to thank Mike and Queenie for expanding the successful model of WorldFish and Fish for Livelihood and investing in local partners. As a local people, Burmese people, I'm grateful that you prioritize localization to create ownership and empowerment of local organizations to ensure this vital work continue and sustainable. I wish you continue success with this important effort, which I am so proud to support. And again, congratulations. Thank you all, and back to you, Massimo.
Thank you very much, Kwangmendo, for your encouraging on our project. So our last speaker of the day is Dr. Rita Mugo. She is the nutritionist and unit head of public health and community nutrition unit, National Food and Nutrition Commission, NFMCR Zambia. Wagan, Rita, over to you.
So we are saying that Zambia has been trying to address the malnutrition for some years now. And why do we want to do that? We know that nutrition is a determinant of health. And we know that exposure to a certain kind of food or a diet also determines the benefits that a person gets from the diet. If the diet is poor, you get, of course, poor nutrition. If it's too much, you get overnutrition. So that's the reason why we are trying to address malnutrition. And this project has come at the right time, because if you look at the nutrition status in the country, we will find that undernutrition is actually very high. It's at 45.5%, which has just reduced from 51% in 2007. We also have undernutrition in terms of stunting, which is at 35%, and we just reduced from 46% in 2007, which is at this very low progress actually compared to what our target is. This is just a map which is showing where the malnutrition problem is, and those in the red actually have more than 40% malnutrition in those areas. So it's not only stunting that we have. If you look at this chart, you find that even underweight is quite high at 12%. Apart from the children, we also have women and adolescents who suffer from malnutrition. You see on the first slide, on the first chart on the left, about 23 women actually have over 23% have overnutrition, and undernutrition is just about 10%. And undernutrition in adolescent is at 16%, while overnutrition is also increasing, currently at 8.6%. And this shows the anemia status. You see that anemia is actually highest among children 6 to 23. It goes up to about 77%. So you see the need for us to address, the diets that are being, consumed in our communities. And when you look at adolescents and women, 3% of them also have anemia, and these are the mothers who produce children. So since they are in the same situation, you find that even the pregnancy outcome is not adequate. So what are these factors that are causing all these poor nutrition in the country? You discover that the diets are actually poor. Only about 13% are able to meet the minimum acceptable diet in the country. And also we have declining nutrition practices, infant and young child feeding practices. Breastfeeding has been reducing. Consumption of vitamin A rich foods has also been reducing. And also consumption of iron rich foods have also been reducing among children 6 to 23 months. What is more striking also for this project is that when you look at this chart, it shows that most people in Zambia actually consume mostly cereals almost every day. 85% of them will consume cereals, and they also consume a good amount of dark green vegetables and also oils. But when you look at the animal source foods, including the fish itself, less than 5% are able to eat that, adequately. This is also confirmed in this table, where you see that in a year, for example, we are expected to take 200 liters, only 20 liters is consumed by the population. Look at the fish, it's expected that about 45 kg of fish is supposed to be consumed by each individual in the country, but they are only able to use 10 kg of fish. So this is also a problem that we need to address, so that the animal source foods become part of the diet to improve nutrition. And we also have a biofortification program. You can see from the time we started some 7-10 years ago, we still have only about 9% consuming, biofortified foods with vitamin A and 17% with iron and zinc. So what is Zambia doing to address this? We have, our policy whose vision is to have a well-nourished population. And this policy, actually, we are trying to address food production, food diversification, especially so that we can have improved diets in the country. And also, we are trying to promote utilization of food resources that can improve nutrition. And among these, programs that we have, this is where the program that you have introduced actually is very important, because it is going to improve diversification, on the table or in the diet of the population that is, that is lacking the adequate nutrients. And also in our strategy, we also have a similar activities that are taking place. Our aim is to increase the availability and access of nutrient-dense foods, and also to address the micronutrient deficiency. I want to believe that all these activities that we are doing and this new project that is being introduced in the country, when we join hands together, we'll be able to address some of these problems that we are facing in the country. We also have a health diet campaign where we are trying to promote, consumption of adequate diet in the country. And the activities, I have seen that there is also communication activities in your strategy. And this calls for joint, campaigns with the project that is starting. And I know if we do this, we are going to have, great achievement for the country. This is what I have for you today. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Ryder, for your sharing your country nutrition status and policy actions. Now, we will hear from our last panel speaker, Dr. Harris Pirit, who is the Fishery Specialist and Acting Director of Department of Fisheries, Ministry of Fishery and Livestock in Zambia. Welcome, Dr. Harris. Now the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I wish to recognize the speakers that have spoken before me, and also to recognize all the government officials that are present in this meeting, both from Myanmar and Zambia, and all other stakeholders that are attending this virtual launch. It is a great honor for me to be given an opportunity to make a few remarks on this occasion of the launch of the project on the nutrient-rich small fish production, processing, and marketing in Myanmar and Zambia. And in so doing, I will also be making a statement on our ministry's view of the project being launched today. My name is Harris Piri. I'm acting director in the Department of Fisheries in Zambia. First of all, allow me to congratulate the WorldFish for being awarded the grand prize of the Seeding the Future Global Food System Challenge, amounting to $250,000. I think this is an acknowledgement to the fact that you are doing good things and an encouragement that you should actually continue doing these good things you're doing. The Zambian government has identified the fisheries and aquaculture subsector to be one of the vehicles that can be used to improve the rural economies, especially where the sector is dominant and the communities have very limited alternatives, as well as ensuring food and nutritional security. As has been mentioned earlier, it is generally accepted that the problem of stunting and malnutrition are real problems in Zambia. And therefore, this project comes at a time when we as a country are resolved to finding solutions to this problem, while at the same time improving the livelihoods of the rural communities and beyond. We welcome this very important innovation that seeks to ensure that the nutrient-rich small-sized fish are more readily available to the communities. While it is clear that the harvest from capture fisheries may be depleted, there is a lot of potential to actually improve supplies of fish from aquaculture. And in this case, you are talking about polyculture. On our part, we will ensure that we play our role of providing policy guidance in order to ensure the success of this project. I'm sure we all agree that the success of this project will derive benefits for both WorldFish as well as an institution and the Republic of Zambia. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate the partners from the Republic of Myanmar for being part of this project. We from Zambia will be hoping to learn from their experiences, just as you may also learn from our experiences here in Zambia. We'll be looking forward to see how the information and technologies from this project can be rolled out so that they can reach many communities, as many communities as possible. And the Department of Fisheries in Zambia, on behalf of the Zambian government, is ready to assist where we can. Finally, let me also thank the organizers of this launch for inviting us. I wish you a very successful project, and I thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harris. So that conclude our panel discussion today. Thank you very much to all speakers for contribution, your perception and suggestion on this project. Now we are going to move to Q&A session. So let me invite all of the speakers to turn on your camera and microphone for the Q&A session, please. So we have some questions from the audience. So the first question is, what challenges do you foresee when implementing this new project, and how will you address it? So for this question, I would like to give a floor to Mike Akester to answer the question, please.
Thank you, Sumon. Challenges, well, some of course are unforeseen. I imagine that climate change may be a challenge. The fact that water temperatures are increasing year on year. The drought flood cycle is becoming more complex, especially in Myanmar. And perhaps the continuous supply of small indigenous fish species, because from homestead aquaculture ponds, obviously they are dependent in most cases on rainwater. And rainwater is available during the monsoon, which in Myanmar is the end of May through to the beginning of November, or perhaps December. And so 6 months of the year when fish are produced in those systems. Hence, the continuous supply of small fish, it would be constrained by the seasonality. And This, in a way, is an advantage for the project because we're looking at means of processing the fish to make them available throughout the 12 months of the year. So in other words, turning fish into fish powder during times of abundance so that they're available to those who need them most throughout the year. Another problem may be power outages. At the moment, we are suffering power cuts in Yangon for half the day. And some of the processes for drying fish require energy. We're looking, of course, at solar energy to try and make sure that the natural energy is used when drying fish wherever possible. So these are some of the challenges that I can envisage. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mike. So now we will have a close the Q&A session because the time is coming to end. For another questions, we will answer separately and something about of the rabbit of the event other way. So now it is my pleasure to invite Victoria Nico, who is the Manager Operation and Program Delivery at WorldFish based in Zambia, and one of the focal points for the SPM project, to the budget floor for closing remark. Victoria, I'm over to you.
Thank you, Sumun, and thank you everyone for joining us. Firstly, I would like to thank all the speakers that have availed themselves to give their valuable information and input during this. Thank you so much, and we will be reaching out to you in the future. I would also like to thank the WorldFish team for leading and organizing the event and our wonderful partners for their support and participation. I further wish to thank all the participants for their active participation and support to make this session a success. We hope that this session has given you some answers to what the project is all about. And in case you have any questions and queries, please do reach out to the panelists or the team that are here. We'll be glad to give you answers and support. Lastly, I would like to invite you to subscribe to the WorldFish newsletter so that you can receive that information as and when you require it. We will share the recording and also some other materials for the project as you may require it. Thank you so much. Back to you, Sumun.
So thank you all attendees and speaker for actively participating in today's graduate session. So we hope you gain something useful from this our session. So before you go, we invite you to subscribe the WorldFish newsletter to receive the event recording and other post-event materials. So the link will be posted on the chat box. So thank you very much and see you in next session.